BIRAC and Center for Incubation, Adamas University jointly organized this inauguration of IPR cell supported by Department of Science and Technology and Biotechnology, Government of West Bengal, in association with Patent Information Center, West Bengal, State Council of Science and Technology, Department of Science and Technology and Biotechnology, Government of West Bengal. Today is the second day of the event, and we have highly experienced the resource person delivering the lecture on the various aspects of IPR. We will be highly benefited from the deliberation, paving a way for a brighter future. Today we are privileged to have Dr. Mohua Home Choudhury, Scientist C and Nodal Officer, Patent Information Center, West Bengal State Council of Science and Technology, Dr. Debashish Dotto, CEO of Kolkata Biotech Park, and also we Miss Paromita Shaha, the Patent Information Center, DSTVT, Government of India, and Miss Shongita Sengupta, Patent Information Center, DSTVT, Government of India. For the inaugural ceremony, we are having Dr. Amolesh Mukhopadhyay, retired scientist G, DST, Government of India, and Chairman CRI Adamas University, Professor Dr. Naveen Das, Vice Chancellor Adamas University, Professor Dipankar Bhattacharya, Pro Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation Adamas University, Mr. Shobhan Chatterjee, Chancellor Office, and Dr. Shaptoshi Chatterjee, Chief Coordinator, Ijuva Center, Adamas University. I would request Dr. Shaptoshi Chatterjee to lead the dignitaries to the dais. Thank you all. Now I would request all the dignitaries to join in lighting the ceremonial lamp. Thank you all. Request all the dignitaries to take their seats. Now we would like to felicitate our guest with memento and floral greetings. May I now request Professor Dr. Naveen Das, Vice Chancellor, Adamas University, to felicitate the guest of honor, Dr. Mohua Home Choudhury, Scientist C and Nodal Officer, Patent Information Center, Government of West Bengal, Government of State Council of Science and Technology. Thank you, ma'am and sir. Now I would like to call Dr. Deepankar Bhattacharya to felicitate the Dr. Debashish Datta. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Shaptoshi Chatterjee, Chief Coordinator, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, one and all present here. Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Naveen Das, Professor Dr. Deepankar Bhattacharya, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Amolesh Mukhopadhyay, Dr. Debashish Dotto, and Dr. Mohua Home Choudhury, and dignitaries of the dais. It gives me immense pleasure to announce that Adamas University has been supported by DSTBT Government of West Bengal State Council of Science and Technology, and the Department of Science and Technology, Government of West Bengal, for establishing the Intellectual Property Rights Cell, IPR cell, which is one of the I think 20 such centers in West Bengal. So I request everyone to give a big round of applause in thanking DSTBT Government of West Bengal. Now the journey of helping and facilitating the process of IPR is not very short. I still remember as a student, as a researcher doing my PhD, when Dr. Mohua Home Choudhury in a similar occasion delivered a talk, a workshop on IPR, and that provoked me to go and speak with my research supervisor early in my research days. It is within the first 2 years of my PhD career, to ask my supervisor, can we apply for a patent? And with her support and with the support of DSTBT Government of West Bengal, I thank them because I received 2 granted patents with complete support from them, and being myself as a novice, almost knowing nothing about patenting system. So DSTBT, Government of West Bengal, along with the Patent Information Center, has been guiding all academic institutions, facilitating the innovators as well as entrepreneurs so that they protect their intellectual property. As an academic institution, we always like to call ourselves intellectual, but it is very important that we protect it through legal framework, obtaining IPR in the form of trademark, GI, patent, or any other means. We have also been entrusted by the State Council of Science and Technology to popularize 2 products of GI of West Bengal, and they are none other than 2 very popular items. One is Banglar Rashogolla and the second is Govindobhog Chal. So in the days ahead, we will try our level best. We can commit from Adamas University fraternity that we will try to promote these 2 items not only in Bengal but also in India and global context, upholding the community right of GI in West Bengal. So with this, I welcome all the dignitaries on and off the dais, and I thank the students and I feel that these deliberations that you are listening from yesterday and that is going to be continued today with various resource person would be very important and will be paving a new way of knowing the scientific legal framework. Just to mention that all undergraduate final year and postgraduate final year students are having compulsory paper on IPR, and I think this being a part of the curriculum will enrich your experience from the learned resource person. With this, I thank everyone, and I now request the MC to continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request Professor Dr. Naveen Das, Vice Chancellor, Adamas University, to deliver the presidential address.
Thank you very much. It's always very unnerving to have such lofty, you know, adjectives before one delivers a speech, presidential or not, I don't know. But being the birthday of IPR cell of Adamas University, I would have also expected that at least during lunch there would be Bangla Rashogolla and Govindo Bhog Chaler Paish. If not anything, at least Rashogolla should be there. Well, yesterday, how many of you were there, my dear students? Good. So almost like a patented behavior, though not yet patented. You have all shifted one row behind yesterday's. Have you noticed that? And coming to think of patents, yesterday's deliberations, I'm sure, have been very, very enriching to all of you. I was present in the first one or two sessions. It was really an awakening for me also, that whatever we are thinking, whatever our thoughts concerning an issue, problem, and at times even for good times, we must do something to monetize them. And to monetize them, we need to protect them through an IPR. I was also very much interested to know the difference between asset and property, and I'm sure many of you must have ruminated throughout the day about the various aspects or nuggets that were given to all of you. Just to carry forward where I left you yesterday. Yesterday, I told you about the story of this part of the country where two great scientists, two minds, since they were not very much amenable to making their discoveries, making their thoughts, making their knowledge codified, they didn't patent. And the outcome was that when two great friends, J.C. Bose and Tagore, perhaps could have celebrated their Nobel together. That's a miss for not only J.C. Bose, but also it was a miss for this whole country. Perhaps we should have celebrated two Nobel laureates in the first decade or maybe middle of the second decade itself. 1913 was the year Tagore got the Nobel, and J.C. could have got before that. The same story, as I told you again, at the cost of repetition, 30 years later, one of his worthy students, S.N. Bose, also displayed the same amount of anathema towards protecting his ideas, his thoughts, his scientific discoveries. He, in fact, was very, very much against even writing papers. So not only that he didn't get a PhD, but perhaps he should have celebrated much more than others. There is a Landau's list. I'm sure many of you are aware of it. In that Landau's logarithmic scale, if people put Newton on 0, which is hypothetical, and Einstein was on 0.5, they said that S.N. Bose is on 1. That is the greatness of that man. Some scientists also say that more than 6 or 7 Nobel laureates have got their Nobel because of the basic work on theoretical physics done by S.N. Bose. Why I'm lamenting is that this is the time for us now to be alert, to document what we know or what we are thinking or what we feel is going to be beneficial to the world. This is the time for you to start thinking seriously about codifying your knowledge. And one good way of doing it is to keep a journal. Keep a journal. And I'm not saying something which is very new. 300 years before all these things were happening with J.C. Bose or S.N. Bose in the 17th century, early 17th century, Europe was much, much ahead. And one small nugget or one small episode. How many of you know a person by the name Galileo? How many things did he invent? Which is the most common thing that he invented? Telescope. Lenses. Anything else? He also invented the compass. And history says that the first litigation on IPR was fought by Galileo, and he won it. He won it against one Capra. So the Venetian ordinance that I was talking to you yesterday, perhaps the first litigation in their annals is that of one Mr. Galileo and one Mr. Capra, where Galileo fought and won, and he got the right on compass. Obviously, he was also a very, very recalcitrant professor, and he fought with his dean almost every day. Those of you who are interested to know, please read the story or the play by Bartold. What's the name? Bartold? Anyone? Papia? Bartolt Brecht. Bartolt Brecht, a Nobel laureate, and he has written a play on Galileo. So please read that book. Very interesting. The life of a professor, life of a researcher. But in spite of all the hardships that he had at a personal level, he fought for science, he fought for humanity, and today I think we are richer. All of us are richer because of the work that Galileo must have done. Apparently, many scientists later on, he himself was responsible for many of the thoughts that fructified later on. Newton has codified or written that since he was on the shoulders of giants like Galileo, it was easier for him to discover and invent so many things. Today, in the 21st century, almost the first quarter of 21st century, I think we must also feel proud and privileged that we have such giants to climb on their shoulders and do wonders for this world. ChatGPT, metaverse, these are all going to be winds of change, and we have to adapt to these. Very interesting question that comes to my mind is what would happen to our IPR, to our copyrights, once the system is going to rummage throughout the whole world's documented data and tell me that the story or the poem that I'm writing is actually written by 50 other people together at different points in time. I hope you're getting it. Today it is not possible. But once the systems can rummage through the systems all over the world, in a networked world, perhaps we will face a situation like that. How IPR or the laws or thinkers would grapple with those challenges are something very interesting to see for all of us. Hopefully, during a lifetime, we would come up with such litigations often, that the story that someone has written, I'm sure in his or her back of the mind, those accumulated imageries, accumulated thoughts, accumulated learnings that he must have got or she must have got are responsible. And once those are codified or were codified, it will be very easy for us to find out and blue mark or red mark the entire stuff and say this is all plagiarized. It's scary. But anyway, things are going to change, I'm sure. And at the nitty-gritty or the nuts and bolts level, we have a lot and lot of ground to cover. Just like the legal system of India, even the IPR system of India suffers from the same problems of low manpower, less office, people not codifying what they want to do or what they have done. Just to give you one statistics, which I'm sure as students, all of you must be aware, we are very, very much, we want ourselves to be compared with China. And there is an acronym for China and India called Chindia. I'm sure many of you are aware. But let me tell you, other than population, we are not competing with China in any way. And that's my personal view. China is at least 20 times to 25 times ahead of us on all parameters. And on IPR, if you see the number of patent filing and number of patents granted, we are at about 5% of China. If China is on 100, we are on that scale at 5. And comparatively, US is on 10. So China is doing 10 times better than US and 20 times better than us. With this small point of scare, I now leave the dais to the others. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I would now invite Professor Dipankar Bhattacharya, Pro Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Adamas University, to share his views.
Thank you. Good morning. I see a number of students here, so I will share some thoughts, just keeping in view the students. And you are already studying this IPR. Very good. Now, can you tell me how many patents are associated with this mobile phone? Huh? Okay. Any other case? Maybe you can Google it. I was Googling it. It is 250,000. Only 250,000 patents associated with mobile phones. So, you can imagine that how many patents we do. Now, just imagine you are manufacturing a mobile phone, right? How many patents you can even plan for this mobile phone? Tell me. You are making your own mobile phone. Now you tell me how many patents you can plan. Minimum. Maybe for the look, how it looks, right? That can give you some design patents. Okay. Then you have your logo. Okay. Trademarks, all these things. Then you write software. You can get copyrights. Then you are making your product, so you can go for product patent. You plan for some technology, some processes. You can go for process patents. So you imagine just for something you can go like this. Now, imagine you wrote a code. How many copyrights you can expect from that code? Dr. Home Chaudhary is there. Later, she can really endorse those information. Even part of the codes, you can go for copyrights. So you can have a number of copyrights for a single code. Just one thing you have to remember, that it should not be obvious. Whatever you are doing should not be obvious, and you should not break the law of the land. Say you are preparing a gun. Probably it will be difficult to get a patent for that. You need to go through some government procedures. For you, it's difficult. But now you tell me, there are a lot of natural products like neem and all these things. Can we go for patents using these products? Are you sure? Why? Okay. Naturally existing products. But when we have some formulations for medicines, we get patents. How can we get that then? If 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, it is obvious. But if 1 plus 1 equal to 5, is it obvious? No. So if you plan for a formulation and you can prove synergy, That means if when you just mix it, you are not getting the additive results. You are eligible for a patent. But you have to go through certain process, because whenever you are using natural resources, you need permission from the Natural Diversity Board. So, but it is possible to get patents. So, what I wanted to share with you, you are studying something, but what is the point of studying some courses and later doing nothing? Why not? You all come up with all sorts of patents in different forms maybe. And another thing I would like to emphasize here, do you know how many patents or what percentage of patents are really useful and they saw some kind of technology transfer worldwide? Probably Dr. Hum Chaudhary will say, because I found it from Google sometimes back, it was 95% patents are mostly useless. Maybe only 5% patents see commercial transfer. So you need to work on those areas of products, patents, whatever you work on. You need to plan if you can do technology transfer. And technology transfer is really something you should look forward. So don't just go for patents just to improve your CV. You think something by which you can really make a sellable product, or you can have technology transfer. Okay? So this should be your vision. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Amulesh Mukhopadhyay, the chairman of CRI and DST Scientist Government of India, to address the gathering.
Thank you. And I think we have passed morning hours. We are in the afternoon hours now. No, we are still 11:25. Sorry. Uh, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Naveen Dash, Pro-Vice Chancellor Professor Dipankar Bhattacharya, Saptarshi, Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee, Dr. Debashish Datta, and Dr. Hom Chaudhary. Sorry, ma'am. Yesterday we have celebrated the World WPO Day, and most of you, I understand, were there. Today we are holding a seminar celebrating the support from the Department of West Bengal Biotechnology to set up a patent cell within the campus of Adamas University. This is a great news that Government of West Bengal Department of Science and Technology and Biotechnology is considering institute like this to facilitate support, and the support like for facilitating the patents. Thank you. Both the scientists who have come from the Department of Science and Technology, Government of West Bengal, for this session as well. You see, the process of patenting is basically to protect your idea within the legal framework. That's the basic premise. We all need to understand that your idea need not to be stolen by others, and for that you need to protect within the framework of legal support. Documentation is one side, and documentation within the legal framework is another side, so that in the future you can claim through the legal process if some thing happen on your idea. And that happens not only in India, everywhere this sort of things are happening. Claims are filed, legal suits are filed, and then legal process settles the claims and at times reject the claims depending upon the type of claims and made in the court of law. Therefore, the students from the beginning who are studying, and you also fortunate, I understand that many of you have a course of IPR right from your undergraduate stage, which is not available in many of the places in the country. You have to, in that sense, you people are fortunate to get the basic idea about the patent process, patent law, and how to protect in the future days when you encounter such things in your life. What I want to emphasize in that do document your idea, your research activity whenever you go ahead in that process, and put it in a legal framework, whether it is a design patent, whether it is a copyright, whether it is a process patent or product patent. Do that so that your things are protected from others, and depending upon the type of activity you do, the specificity or the choice of the country also happens. Sometimes a patent may not be useful in India, but may be useful outside India. And in that sense, a very careful choice need to be made in consultation with the attorney of the patents, that where you need to file that particular patent. Many a times the patents are filed not for commercialization process, but to block the commercialization process of others, which is basically a negative side of the patent, but many people does it. Many company mostly have done that kind of activity so that the other company will not be able to market that particular product into this country. So therefore, there are many aspects of patent processes, many choice, filing process, etc., etc. My sincere request to all of you that listen the lectures from the people which is being arranged today, and hope that you will get the benefit out of this process. With this, I complete my talk at this point. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now I would like to call Dr. Debashish Dotto to say a few words.
A very good morning to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Novin Das, who is one of my senior colleague. One day we have met in some conference and told, don't call me sir, call me Novin Das. I answered, that is not possible, you're too senior to me, right? And Professor Hom Chaudhuri and Professor Bhattacharya, Professor Saptoshi Chatterjee, and Professor Amolesh Mukherjee. Few of them are meeting today, and few of them are well known to me. Like Dr. Hom Chaudhuri is not Dr. Hom Chaudhuri to me, is Mohuadi to me, right? Sometimes he's calling at the 2:30 in the night and 3 o'clock. Ek ajda hoyeche apnar, right? So long time association with them. So here people are telling all these persons are very much erudite person, knowledgeable person. They are talking about the IPR, patent, etc., etc. So I'm not going to talk about all of this. So little bit, I'll take 2 or 3 minutes of you. I am taken charge very recently for Kolkata Biotech Park. How many of you are from this particular gathering? biological science background. So all of you, I suppose, a biological science background, right? Yes or no? A good yes. Very good, excellent. Uh, Now my next question will be to you, that how many of you after your graduation, that means your undergraduation or post-graduation, whatsoever you are doing, uh, uh, would you like to go for service? And second option, say doing something your own. I am not telling about the entrepreneurship or something great thing, right? I am talking something you are trying to do from your end. You are trying to develop some particular product and you are going to do the particular product in the market. So what can be your choice? A traditional service going to the biotechnological based industry, or whatsoever your subject is, or you want to develop something your own product and you want to come with that particular product into the market. So two choices if it is given to you. So how many of you are going for the first choice and how many of you are going for the second choice? Please. First choice or second choice? Second choice. Anybody? Raise their hands, no issue. If it is 1 or 2, it is absolutely fine, no issue. Yeah, please. 1, 2, 3. Fine. Anybody else? No one. Excellent, fine. That is, okay, fine. In this gathering, say, it is a gathering, say, is of 50. If 3, 4 guys are raising their hands and telling that, okay, I'll do something with my product and come with a particular product into the market, I am the person over here for you. Rest, all these IPR, all this technology transfer, all this prototype, I'll come to Mahuadi and tell these are not my job, you will do for them. But what I can do for you, that this is the first biotech park in West Bengal. You probably heard about biotech park. Any idea? Anybody of you from the students gathering heard about the biotech park? Yes, a little bit louder. Yes, sir. From where? From Guwahati. Okay, fine, very good. So, okay, fine. So, biotech park you have heard. Fine. Yeah, it is true that we are the last biotech park got the affiliation or the funded from Government of India. It's the 12th one. Before of that, the 9 biotech park was running, right? We are the last one. But I am sure that the Kolkata Biotech Park will do something good within the near future. And with your help only. Without your help, it isn't possible. Right? Because you are the pillar of this kind of the institution. Whenever somebody of the persons has been telling that who is the best pillar of any of the educational organization, I am telling it is the students. Well, why it is so? Well, you can, I have simple telling that you can remove from your CV that okay, I am not work in this particular institution at all. But students can remove their name from the Adamas University or IIT Kharagpur or IIM Ahmedabad or something like of the institution from his CV? Never it has been possible. Right? So you are the pillar for that, and you please come forward for do something your own product. For that purpose, any kind of help is required. We are the persons over there. Right? Any kind of instruments for which you are supposed to go for the ISC Bangalore or your IIT Madras or even say your IIT Kharagpur, right? As a distance of say 100 kilometers. So that is the things is not required at this particular moment because Biotech Park at Kolkata has been here for you. So I like to request all of you visit one day to our campus in Biotech Park. It is nearby to you, only in Sector 5. Hardly 25 kilometers from here, right? And you see what kind of facilities we are providing, okay? And I like to suggest that yes, somebody will do the service, but somebody will come up with your products that will be your name in the particular products, right? And if, say, I'm telling you that okay, service is one of the option for you, yes, but if you are develop some particular product with your knowledge, with your profound knowledge, I can say, one day we will not stay back in this world, but your product will be running for that, right? So I think if something is in this kind of idea in your mind, you always come to Biotech Park with your idea. We will there to help you out. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you, sir, for giving us a wonderful knowledge. And I would like to request all the dignitaries to be of the dais. We would shortly commence with the keynote lecture now. Today, in the prestigious event, we are fortunate to have within us Dr. Mohua Home Chowdhury, Scientist C and Nodal Officer, Patent Information Center, West Bengal State Council of Science and Technology. Dr. Chowdhury is visiting faculty on IPR in Microbiology and Biotechnology and Environment Management Department in Kollam University. She also monitors all the aspects of IPR protection, patent analysis, mapping, drafting, novelty searching, GI filing, guiding filing, patent, registered patent and trademark agent of Government of India, guiding the plant variety protection and other IP for the state. She published 20 books on IPR, published for Patent Information Center, 15 publication on IPR in journal, newspaper, and science congress, etc. And now we are fortunate to have you, ma'am. Please.
Good morning, one and all present here. So, after this nice inaugural session, now the task is for keynote address. Before going to the core of the address, as you all know, this is the second day of World IP Day celebration and launching of IPR cell. This is our third drive of IPR cell program. In West Bengal, we have set up 25 IPR cell in last financial year. And this is the third drive and third launching of IPR cell. Before that, within April, we have organized two programs. First is with NUJS, National Judicial University. Second is with Techno India University. Third is with your institute. So, congratulations, Adamas University, for being with us. Yes. So, let's start our journey. To start with, I want to mention one thing. বিশ্বে যা কিছু মহান সৃষ্টি চিরকল্যাণকর অর্ধেক তার করিয়াছে নারী অর্ধেক তার নর. Why I am telling that? As because the theme of this World IP Day is Women and IP. As it is pertinent to today's discussion, as because participation of women is very much needed in intellectual property and innovation system. As you all know, women has some characteristics of motherly behavior and they can nurture a new field. IPR is a new field as Indian Patent Act is from 1970. Before that, it was ruled by British Patent Acts. So Indian Patent Act is not very age-old act. So we are a new beginner. However, we have already in different cooperation system, WIPO and everything. So we have to take elaborative part in this intellectual property system. And I want to mention this, that Patent Information Center under Department of Science and Technology and Biotechnology is the category 1 center and first center in India in intellectual property rights. It was set up in 1997 in West Bengal. And it is the category 1 and excellent center as per DST Government of India. So before start my lecture, I want to mention here that you can take all the facilities of intellectual property protection system from this center, because today, I think yesterday you got enough knowledge on intellectual property and how to use this intellectual property for and how to implement it. Today we will discuss the different issues related to that. So I have structured my lecture in this way: IPR protection overall, patenting system, other IPR, patent analysis in renewable energy area. Every day we are facing different problems. Every morning to night. Now I am giving one problem. Once upon a time it was a problem. Nowadays it is not a problem because lawn mayor is there. The second is challenge. It's a great challenge before India to reach to Mars. So when we cover any problem, when we identify any problem, collect information, think creatively, and then we are doing some experiment and review, then we are in the process of innovation. So innovation is to solve the problem. I think you have many such problems in your mind, and in a nanoseconds you are in a thinking mind. So to collect these all thinking ideas in a proper tangible product, it provides you intellectual property in different forms. In illuminating lecture from Vice Chancellor and Co-Vice Chancellor, as you have got all the knowledge that there are different facets of intellectual property. Now how to protect these? How to get benefit out of this intellectual property? Today we will discuss and share about all this. Now, you may also have this idea what social invention is. And nowadays the common word is social invention, as because you can see here a jar opener. It's a great problem for any elderly people. So if you create some device so that it can easily open the jar, then it is a new invention. So to create any invention, you need not to go for a distinguished lab, different lab space. It's not required. It only required your creative mind and thinking mind. Now you can see the financial invention. Ellie Whitney invented the cotton gin to process cotton faster. So to technology is that if you have some input on any new technology and you modify the technology and solve the problem and make it faster, it becomes new technology. So whenever we are working with some available technology, you have to think how to modify it, how to become faster, how to have some new facilities out of this technology. So what is innovation? When you have some idea, you invent something, some new product, new process, and when it is going to market, it becomes innovation. So all the modification which is in the invention process, it becomes innovation. Now I'm giving you some glimpses of inventions here. You can see that in the field of, as you all are biotechnology students, what are the world of invention is doing? That AI and agriculture. You can see these are the different patents filed in Indian Patent Office. Evolution of quality in fruits ripening, multitasking job, cultivation in a chamber, AI-enabled fertilizer, AI and cooking appliances. Nowadays, women are associated with different works. So modification and kitchen becomes AI-driven. So cooking appliances also, the day is not far when from your office and working place, you can control your kitchen. So these are the new invention when you can think of how to control from a distant place that your kitchen appliances and other. Through 3D printing, how to have some cooking products. So these are the different modification and upcoming areas. AI and health monitoring system. I think during COVID period, we have faced many problems regarding finding out some device which can take a fever and everything, regular care of a COVID patient. During that time, this type of instrument was patented in Indian Patent Office. AI and food safety and COVID period, we were also very concerned about food hygiene. And there is some system where you can disclose a smart device through which you can identify whether your container is hygienic or not. So, in the inaugural session, Professor Bhattacharya was asking you that how many patent is in mobile. You can't give any answer. Even for cooking appliances, if I am asking the question, how many AI-driven cooking appliances is there? It is very difficult to give answer, as because patent analysis is a skilled work and it is an experienced job. For the biotechnologist who is working in your field, if I am giving you some task to find out how many patents is there at food delivery system in from 2015 to 2022-23, you may get more than 1 lakh also. So it's a skill job to identify the exact patent and related patent in your area. So before initiating your research work, you need to analyze where you stand. What is your patent? What is the area? What is the focus area? So that is why patent analysis and patenting system is so important. Here you can see the automatic food delivery system. In West Bengal, Think Again Lab created one food delivery system. However, unfortunately, during COVID situation, we have not used that food delivery system. So that is why this IP system is to have some idea and to get some market. So you need to think from idea to market, everything. So in a nutshell, intellectual property is creation of mind. It is a collaboration of invention, literary, artistic work and symbols. So the concept of property has totally changed to intellectual property, which is called product of mind. Now, all of us in the startup ecosystem, like our department, is where from you get the support of this IPR cell. Your university is research organization. However, we have a very few linkages with each other. That is why we need to develop this startup ecosystem. In the inaugural session, that our CEO just enlightened you to have some idea, to have some new ideas to have your own company. If you want to set up this own company, how to have all this opportunity which is in this ecosystem. You don't know that there is a facility of intellectual property protection system. You don't know there is, these are the venture capitalists, these are the angel investors. So for all these, you need to implement your intellectual property and have some new company where you can explore your intellectual property. If you look into these Indian startup trends and global innovation index, India is 40th position, where in 2017, India was 85th position. So it is now 40th position. So you have to take all the opportunities nearby you to explore your intellectual property. In 2017, if we look into the global startup trends, we found Bangalore is in 20th position. In 2018, Delhi is in 21st position. Even in the Corona period, 2020, the Bangalore is in 26th position. Again, the position is just down. However, nowhere West Bengal is there. So you are almost 50, 60 students, biotechnologists here. So why not we are there? We are 11th in innovation, means filing intellectual property in India. However, as a small department in Patent Information Center, we are trying our best to file more and more patent. So this workshop is to encourage you to have some new idea, identify the opportunities and protect your idea. So to technology transfer process. So how to market your technology? First, you have to focus your area. Actually, you do not know where to do research, because we are doing the repetitive research. Whatever we have done, we are doing the same, because for getting PhD it is easier. If it is a new area, so you have to find out many new things and new ideas to be marketed. So that is why we always look which already been done. However, nowadays, it is very important to get one patent for PhD, which is almost like one international publication. So for this, we need to have some idea to technology, and if you have some technology, some new product, then you need to scan it. If you are not scanning the product, you will invent the same thing which has already been done. And feasibility and market study is very important. Technology modification and development lies after. Suppose you, after scanning, you have found out that this technology has already been implemented, then what will be done? So that is why before doing research, you focus on patentability assessment of your research area, whether you can file patent on that particular area or not. As because if it is a repetitive work, it will produce no new product, new process and new patent. And you cannot utilize this patent for technology transfer. So that is why it is the 3 to 5 years roadmap like PhD work. So before start your work, you need to do this research. What is that? 6P is very important. I have added 1P, which is protection. What is that 6P? Proper research, proper paperwork, proper pricing, publicity, partnership, and people's acceptance. So, ultimately, what are intellectual property? During inaugural session, it was discussed patent, copyright, trademark, industrial design, geographical indication, layout, design of integrated circuits, protection of undisclosed information, and plant variety protection, and other issues. So, everyone says it is patented. Like when Bangla Rasgulla was registered by our department, everyone said that it is patented. Our team, we have worked on this Bangla Rasgulla, and it was protected, and the case was filed against Odisha regarding this Bangla Rasgulla. But every time in the newspaper also, it was written that Bangla Rasgulla was patented. No, it is not patent. So you need to know which intellectual property you have. Suppose during that inaugural session it was discussed, suppose the design of that particular water bottle. If you have some new design with biodegradable material, then what are the different protection you can protect? Can anyone enlighten me? Suppose you have invented this bottle with biodegradable material and design it in such a way. So what are different protection? Can anyone tell me, as you have some course and yesterday also you got every knowledge regarding IPR? No, it is not like any competition, anything. So you can discuss it. We may share your knowledge and it may be interactive. So is it possible to tell me which are different protection if you want to protect purified water, biodegradable plastic bottles, cap, and the design? Is it possible? How many patent or how many design? What can be protected? Huh? The design of the bottle is not a patent. It is industrial design registration. Every time in Facebook, I have also seen it is written, I got day one design patent. In India, it is not design patent. In India, it is industrial design registration. In India, it is industrial design registration. It is not design patent. Whenever we are looking into this of outside design registration, outside bottle design, it is industrial design protection. So I think you all know World Bank in 1944, Western diplomat, in order to reconstruct the world, the recession, there was setting up of World Bank. And afterwards, World Intellectual Property Organization was set up in 1967. And from 2020, year 2000, they have started this World Intellectual Property Day. And why 26th April? As because the convention was established on that day. So that is 26th April. Now I'm giving one example and the details definition of patent. Patent is a grant for an invention by the government to the inventor in exchange of full disclosure of the invention to debar others to exploit the invention for commercial purpose for a limited period within the geographical boundaries of the nation. Why each and every point is so important? As because patent is a grant for an invention. Suppose you have identified some new plant outside this campus. Is it patentable? Why not? Why not? As because you have identified that plant, it is naturally grown there, and it is your discovery that there is some new patent. Then what will be the invention from that plant? Is it possible to get some invention from that plant? How? No, in India use is not patentable. US it is. If you find out that use of medicinal use, it is not patentable. However, if you extract that medicinal ingredients, active ingredients, and make some composition of drug, then it is possible. However, the synergistic effect is very important. You have to prove. That is why laboratory experiment is required afterwards. So you focus your problem first. So whenever you identified some plant, it is not the invention. So how you can protect plant? Is it possible to protect a new plant? New plant, transgenic plant? New plant variety? Yes, it is possible through plant variety protection. So there are different forms of intellectual property. So patent is a grant for an invention So invention here means that identification of that medicinal properties by the government to the inventor in exchange of full disclosure. If you disclose everything, then what will happen? Suppose whenever you are producing that medicinal drug, you disclose everything in the patent documents, then what will happen? Because so you need to protect your trade secret. So here lies the difference between patent and trade secret. So for filing patent, you need to be very careful and always mention the range of temperature, range of pressure, range of compositions by weight. So it is very important. Patent is a grant for an invention and to deter others to exploit the invention for commercial purpose. So industrial use is also important. Suppose you have identified some biogerm. Is it possible to grant patent on this biogerm? Is it possible? Biogerm is patentable or not? Biogerm? No, because it is not industrially applicable. So each and every point in patent system is important, and it is effective for limited period within the geographical boundaries of nation. What is the limited period for patent? 20 years. Why 20 years? As India is a member of TRIPS, so all TRIPS countries maintain this 20 years. So India is also bound to oblige to be 20 years. And within the geographical boundaries of the nation. That means if you file patent, is it possible to sell it in USA? Because it is geographical. And if you file through patent cooperation treaty, it is a international filing system. However, it is not international granting system. So you need to be careful before filing any patent, all these aspects. Can you identify patented product on this desk? What is the patented product? Can you tell? Which are the patented products? No, not only marked one. Tell me. Yes, everything. And I'm just jotted down all these inventions. So everything in the desk is patentable. And in this room, which is patentable? No, everything is patentable if it is novel, if it is inventive, that means if it is new. If it is completely new, then it is patentable. Suppose this chair has some different arrangement, so that you can 360-degree movement. 360-degree movement chair I have not seen. So it may be patentable if it has some industrial applicability. So these are the system of idea to product. So when you have some idea to invention, then innovation. So what is the borderline of invention and innovation? When you modify the invention, protected invention for market-ready product, it becomes innovation. Then you get the opportunity to technology transfer and get the new product. Now I'm giving the example of patented invention, patentable invention. Can you tell me what is patentable in this lock? Lock is patentable or not? If you have developed new lock, visual cryptographic lock, digital lock, lock with software and hardware combination in India, it is patentable. As in India, software is not patentable. So software and hardware combination is patentable. And a process, a method for making door lock, it is also patentable. So in one product, you may have different inventions. And patent in addition is also possible. So criteria for grant of patent. These are three important criteria. I think you all have this knowledge of three important criteria. Novelty, inventive steps, and usefulness. And invention will be novel if it does not form the state of art. and inventive steps, it is the most important on which the objection is given before granting a patent. And usefulness is the industrial applicability. So what would patent office look for? Patent office look for filing patent immediately. So as already in the inaugural session it was discussed that Professor Bosch was not interested to file patent. He was mostly interested to provide his patent for the mankind. So what happened? Marconi patented the product. If you are not actually using intellectual property system, then what will happen? Your friend will protect your product and you will get no opportunity, no possibilities, nothing, no royalty, nothing out of that your inventions. So it is important to file patent when you have new ideas. So afterwards, after repeated requests from Swami Vivekananda through Nivedita, Professor Bosch filed this patent in USPTO. It was in the year of 1901. It detected for electrical disturbances patent. Now if we look into the telephone technology as it was discussed in the inaugural session, it is the Graham Bell's model, the different models. Why this different model was important? Because the next model solves the problem of the previous one. So you need one problem to be solved. Then you can file patent. Now lastly, in 1975, the first patent on cellular phone was granted. And when in India got his first cellular phone? Anyone? First cellular phone in India? It was 1990. So we are 15 years backbencher. Till date we are backbencher, as because we are 11th in filing patent. Now if you can go through this simple invention to patent, here you can see that in the prior art it is a simple wire. If you have created some hole, it becomes the needle. If it is a simple heater, then there is a chance of electrification. So someone what developed some crisscross arrangement and 4 floating ball so that it can float. As it floats on the bucket, so it will solve the problem. Then comes a waste can. When this waste can gives the form of designer chair, the processing technology is patentable. So for the patent, this World Bionic Eye, how much royalty earned through this patent you can see immediately. So invention to be, now I'm going to enlighten about copyright. Whether idea can be copyrighted. Can anyone tell me? So how you express it? Literary and artistic work, so you have to write books, or performing artists, like they can protect. Suppose today's program, if it is protected in CD and it is in the market, then copyright associated with the author, publishers, performing artists, all will be there. So it is the bundle of right. Copyrights exist for throughout the author's life plus 60 years. So there are different types of copyrights. Adaptation of various work. When Rabindranath Tagore's work was going to extinguish, during that time we were in Vishwabharati and we have suggested that you can start a new work, translating the total work to in different language. Then a new copyright will start. In the inaugural session, one question was thrown to everybody. That if ChatGPT is there, then what will happen? Then IPR tool will be more faster than ChatGPT, because whenever you create something, then it will be protected automatically. That your work will be created by that this part of the work, these lines, that is protected by you, that is created by you, it will be automatically protected by IPR tool. AI will just collect the information that which author has created those lines, and that will be identified and that will be protected by in the name of that author. And the next question which was thrown in the inaugural session, source code. So if you have source code and you have developed some new software, for every software, one source code you have to identify, and you have to provide that source codes to copyright office. Then only your copyright work and software will be protected. If you are not providing the source code, it will not be protected. So from one source code, if there is a multiple software, then you have to protect different copyrights from one source code. So it will be multiple copyrights, and you need to protect different copyrights from one source code. So the fusion of technology and culture both can survive together, as you can rightly identify it in your work. So now industrial design, I have already mentioned that outward design of any device, any thing, any article is industrial design. So it is not design patent, it is basically industrial design registration for India. It is design patent for other countries, but in India it is industrial design registration. So you can see that this simple design is protected in Indian Patent Office. So any design of device, portable device, if you develop some portable device, that outward design is maybe protected under industrial design registration. This recycling PET bottle, the design of consumer products, pharmaceutical product, textile and jewelry. As you all know that medicinal, that surgical methods is not patentable in India. However, the instrument is patentable, and the outside design of the instrument, like laparoscopic instrument, outside design of that laparoscopic instrument is patentable. So any pharmaceutical product, its outside design is patentable. So criteria of registrability is it should be novel. And now I'm giving example of infringement of registered design. So here you can see that the initial, that the top one, the bottom one is a copy of the top one, as the less pattern is same. So if the pattern is same, then it will not be protected under industrial design registration system. Now the trademark. What trademark is? After having new patent on, suppose you have invented some biodegradable plastic material and some new cap, where nanocomposite cap, which can purify the water immediately, and then you have protected your industrial design registration for the outside design, then who knows you? What's your product? Who knows you? No one knows you. If you have some logo, if you have some registered logo, then everyone knows you, that it is the logo. Through this logo, everyone knows that it is Coca-Cola, it is Pepsi. So logo, a trademark is a sign that individualizes the goods of a given enterprise and distinguishes them from the goods of the competitors. So there are different cases, I am not going to the details. Now, you all know the Basmati. It is a rice variety of Punjab provinces. And what happened to Basmati? It was taken up by Rice Tech Company in 1997. But we don't know that our product has been taken up by Rice Tech and they patented it in USPTO. However, our scientists, CSR scientists, know it 2000. In the year of 2000, after 3 years, we know that our product has been taken up by someone else. Likewise, nowadays, whenever we are doing our project work, research work, we are not concentrating that whether it is unique or not. We are doing the repetitive research so that no outcome of patent is there. Only the research publication, repetitive work, we got the PhD, we end our research. Likewise, we don't know that our product has been taken up by Rice Tech Company. After 3 years, we know it. And in a documents, it was written that Basmati rice was used for Badshah Bhog. It helps to revoke the patent. And these claims, here it is mentioned that claim was revoked, and Basmati rice lines and grains, it was the name of the patent, it was changed. Then again the case of turmeric. It was, you can see that US patent, it is the US patent on turmeric. And it was filed by our scientist Sumon Kedash, and Indian scientist. He filed this patent in US. During that time, there was no protection system. to protect our indigenous resources, traditional technology, plant varieties. And thus it was protected in USPTO. So afterwards, after different documentation, searching of documentation, it was found in Magjanwala Adviya, where it is written that owned healing property is there. And it is a age-old properties and it is known to all Indians. And this document helps to revoke turmeric patents. Now the concept of geographical indication bound. During that time there was no protection, and in 1999 Geographical Indication Act comes. GI, I think you all know that GI is a sign, like trademark. It is a sign for a good which is famous for a particular region. Like Darjeeling tea, like Bangla Rasgulla, like Govindabhog rice. So indication includes any name, geographical or figurative, any combination. I am not going to the technical details how to protect GI. However, as this university got 2 GI for commercialization, so can you tell any, as you are all are from biotechnology department, can you enlighten how you can have some new invention to protect your these 2 GI and export it outside India? Is there any new invention in your mind? For Govindabhog rice and for Bangla Rasgulla, these 2 products has been given to this university for commercialization. So before commercialization, you have to devise some new product, something. Why and how? Suppose for Rasgulla, the problem with Bangla Rasgulla is that it is perishable after 5-6 days. So if you want to market, export, increase the export market, what to do? You need to can the product and send it to different countries. But the canning is a very costly affair. So do you have any idea how to protect, how to increase shelf life of Bangla Rasgulla? So if you can work on this particular area, then it will provide you a new patent. Even the market channel identification. Suppose if you want to increase export market, to identify this market channel, you need to implement through QR code, a new software implementation, and for this you need to work on this particular field. Now for GI, GI is traditional technology and patent is modern technology. So to collect these 2 technology to improve the market potential of this GI product, you can work on this GI product to have new patent. You may think on it. So we have given some problem to you, you may think on it. So it will be some eye-opening work for all the researchers, because no one have done this type of work till date. So I'm not going the benefit of registration as already mentioned yesterday and today also. So these are the GIs of West Bengal. Throughout all these GIs you may work, you may think how to improve the shelf life of all these GIs of perishable products. So it will be a new area of research. Another important thing is GI authorized user that we are protecting. I'm not going to all these details, but in one product, like in the inaugural session it was discussed, how the different intellectual property can be protected. You can see here that new mechanism in your watch. Suppose you have smart watch, but if there is some small tiny solar cell on it, it may take charge from solar energy, then it will be a new invention, new mechanism to be, new circuit to be implemented on this watch. Then come the external feature of that particular smart watch, and it will be the design registration. Then comes the Titan, that is logo. If you set up new company, then your logo will be protected as trademark. Then copyright the engineering drawing. Then trade secret. I hope you know that the trade secret is very important, and Coca-Cola company maintaining the trade secret, only 2% know the formulation and they don't fly in the same flight. So for this trade secret, there is no regulation, no legislation. So you have to, you are the owner of your trade secret, and you need to have some new new opportunities. You have to find out new possibilities to protect your trade secret. Now I'm giving at a glance how to protect a patent. So first write down your invention. As intellectual property rights cell is also here, hope you will be able to search the patentability assessment. Everything is not patentable. Section 3 of Indian Patent Act says which is patentable, which is not. So you have to find out whether your product is patentable or not. So write down the invention. You have identified your new plant, it is not patentable. So that is why patentability assessment is very important before filing patent, even before initiating your research. Because you are doing the same research which has already been done. And then novelty search. We have very facilities since 2000 regarding this patentability assessment in our department, and we are utilizing international database that Paramita Shaha and Sangita Sengupta, they will enlighten regarding all this system we are maintaining in our department. International databases is there. So only free database will not provide you that whether you hit the related patent or not. So it is a skilled work and experienced work. So we are doing there. And as here IPR cell is there, we can set up some training, faculty development program. So you are also become the experienced person regarding this. Afterwards, draft your patent application and then file your patent. First, file your provisional application if you are in a ideation stage. If you are not completed all lab work. And if you have completed, you can directly file complete specification. Otherwise, you will get 11 months time. Then publish your product. Request for examination. I think you all know there is expedite examination system for women entrepreneur, for startup, for small industry. For startup, the last case we have received grant yesterday for one startup that was filed 2022 June. That means within 10 months it was granted. So if you are interested to form your own startup company and have new ideas, your patent will be granted within 1 year, and only 4,000 more cost is required for that purpose. For women entrepreneur, women inventor, startup, small scale industry, and also university. They will get this opportunity of expedite examination system for early granting and for technology transfer. Then fast examination report comes and you have to respond to objection. If you clarify all this objection, clearing all objection, grant of patent will be there. So I'm giving one case study, Gentech versus Wellcome Foundation Limited, as all biotechnologists is here. So where you can hit your invention, you can see from here. So Gentech claim, their claim is covered natural sequences and naturally occurring variants of tissue plasminogen activator used as a drug for dissolving blood clots. Wellcome developed modified TPA named FAX with 15% lesser amino acids than the natural one and minor variants. So they are using the same thing but 15% lesser amino acid. It says active in blood, using this 15% lesser amino acid for 10 times. So inventive steps lies there. That means when you find any new observation, you have to have some new active components. Like here you can see that Gentech claims is active for 8 hours. Whereas Wellcome has invented some amino acids composition where TPA is 15% less than natural and it is active for 10x hours. That is why it is patentable. So patent information you can use as a tool for decision making, and even in your project. So whenever you choose your project area, you are given to a focus area or the broad area. You can focus before initiating your project work also through patentability analysis, which is very important. as because technically you can find out prior art and shortcomings and commercially identification of major players in your field, that you want to collaborate with other major player in your field, and legally you can utilize your work for licensing the technology. So previously the searching of prior art was in this way. Now you can do in your table. So glimpses of technology scan report. Why technology scan is so important? I am giving some glimpses of this technology scan report. Here on this renewable energy we have done some work where we can find out during inaugural session it was discussed. China is always ahead. Here you can see in renewable energy area China tops the tally, but India is nowhere. So we are nowhere there. Next comes, if you say the worldwide distribution of the patents, China is 1 lakh, India, no, there's nowhere. Then comes the company. If you analyze it, General Electric is highest, and it is 2,634. Like the inaugural session, it was the question that how many patents for mobile. See, it is very difficult to say, as because in Google patents you get some knowledge. However, there is paid databases where most of the patent is available. So it is a skilled and expertise job to find out your related patent. Otherwise, you do not know that you infringe on other area or not. If you infringed on others area, then you need to modify your patent. Here you can see these are the area where the most of the work is going on. And that is smart grid components, transmission and distribution. So before starting, I would request Chancellor Sir, Vice Chancellor and everyone here in university that before starting research work and even the project, patentability analysis and technology scan report is very important, because they can find out whether repetitive work is going on or not. You need to work on unique area. If you are not working in unique area, no patent will be granted in your particular area. Here is the research on turmeric. Turmeric was patented by Shumon K. Das in US. However, afterwards we have done a few work on turmeric patent. We found that 344 patents up to 2017 was filed in India, and 309 were published and 37 were granted. And only one from West Bengal. Only one from West Bengal, that too from Jadavpur University. So we are not doing that research, and if you that top 3 institution, Amity University, highest patent in this NIM, means Haldi area. And here is many interesting that in Haldi, that with biofuel producing technologies developed in Nagpur Automobile Engineering College. So there is different new areas where you can explore, which was not worked by any inventors till date. For NIM research, we have found out 463 patent application worldwide, where India is the second position, and number of patents granted by India is top. Here is the area where most of the research is going on. So here you can see that West Bengal is the first patent center that was set up, I have already mentioned. So if you have any query, any doubt regarding filing of patents, you can contact us. And these are our different initiatives I want to mention here. We have set up one technology development and adaptation center with IIM Innovation Park, Calcutta Innovation Park, where we have providing the facilities to Idea Clinic. So if you have any idea, each month we are organizing Idea Clinic last Friday. So you can come to our office and you have to apply for that. In our website, the application button, idea is there in dstbt.bangla.gov.in. So you just click on idea and provide your idea and upload it. And we'll get your idea, we'll call you, you come to our office, we will mentor your idea, that whether it is patentable or not, whether it is copyrightable, if it is software related, definitely it will not be patentable. We will tell you or mentor you that have some hardware component on it. If you are unable to having some hardware, then you have to protect the copyright. And for copyright, you have to provide the source code, which is very important. And different software from same source code to be mentioned in different copyright. So we provide this support for all in West Bengal. So we have a few successful stories also. I'm mentioning here that district product, last time we have organized 75-year celebration in this university, and Shubhamay Bishwas, he is a grassroots innovator from district Nadia. He has invented this solar bike, and the battery is unique. And he got first prize in technology grand challenge organized by our department. You can see this cap. During my deliberation, I used that cap. This cap was invented by Jadavpur University. Some students developed this cap. If you utilize this cap on any bottle, you get purified water, because it is nanocomposite based cap. It purifies waters. So simple solution provide you patentable item, and it has market. And then comes slaughterhouse waste. We are seeing it's a lots of waste in the slaughterhouse. So our R&D project has developed some new slaughterhouse waste from Jadavpur University, and it was created some biofertilizer, and this slaughterhouse waste was creating some biofertilizer utilizing this device, and this device was patented by us. And you also know that jute-based composite, and this is very important because this is an outcome of R&D project of our department, and this paneling may be developed from this jute composite. This type of paneling and sound absorber was developed by this jute composite, and it has got file patent through jute composite. And here you can see that waste leather to wealth. These are the dump of waste leather in the Park Circus area, and it was developed by some technical assistant of Leather Technology College. So there are many inventions. I am not going all these details, but I am giving some glimpses of things that Shumana Gadji Misro, after my lecture, Dr. Shumana Gadji Misro will provide and share her thought regarding a journey. She is a woman entrepreneur in KIT University, and her turnover per year is almost 1 crore, and her IP portfolio is that 4 granted patent, 1 newly filed. It is 3, it is previous slide, actually it is old slide. Now she has 4 granted patent, 1 filed, and 18 granted trademarks, 3 research publications related to her work, and design 2 granted, 2 in filing position. And last year in 2022, she got IP award from Government of India. So she will share her thought after my lecture. I hope you will be encouraged through this type of women entrepreneurship. As this year the theme is women in IP, I want to mention that in IP, women is essential, because this IPR field is to be nurtured. Otherwise, it will not be developed. And you know that in TIFAC there is Women Scientist Scheme, where for biotechnology students, after completing this BTech or whatever you are doing, MTech, then you can apply for this Women Scientist Scheme, where for 1 year you will provide the training from DST, Government of India, in IIT Kharagpur or our place. They will place the different institute where you get the training, and you will get also scholarship, and this is a very good scheme where women can explore. And help desk for all, we have initiated IPR course in Patent Information Center with markout. These are the different highlights. How to use IPR for technology business management, it is important in our course highlight. That means how to create business plan, how to be to create your roadmap. That is our target, to utilize IPR as a tool for technology business management. So for student it is only 5,000, and it is online course. After 8:30 to 10, the course in the night we are organizing the course, so that after all the work you can attend this course through online. For student and startup, it is 10% reduction. for certificate course. For postgraduate diploma, it is 20,000, but the course is 1 year, and the it is quarterly fees you have to provide for the completing the course. And here the idea portal in dstbt.bangla.gov.in. So you need to click there. You get the total format. You need to fill up it and upload in the website. And from there we'll get your idea and we'll call you for providing and mentoring facilities. So, before end, I want to mention, and everywhere I mention it, Lewis Carroll in Alice in Wonderland. Alice says, which direction should I go? Cat says, it depends a great deal on where you want to go. Alice says, but I don't know where I want to go. Cat says, in that case, it really doesn't matter where you want to go. I want to mention here that you have to go. You have some goal. You have to create some goal. You don't know in which direction you have to go, but take some direction, it will come through your way. And we are there to help you to create startup, create small scale industry, to create more and more patent, innovate India, make in India, and also to be fast in IP index, as in India, West Bengal is only 11th position in IP index. So we to be topmost position, to file more and more patent. It is the motto of our IPR cell, to file more and more patents, GI and GI commercialization, which I have enlightened that you need to take up GI for file new patent. So you can think over it, and we definitely hope more and more patents from this university. At least 20 patents within next 6 months. Hope it will be there. So with all this viewer, thank you for your kind patience. And if you have any query, you can ask me, or you can contact our scientist is also there, Paramita Saha, Sangita Sengupta, and our team is a good women team. I want to mention here, Patent Information Center is category 1 center all over India, and it is excellent center, and it is led by all women scientists. It is the 8 women scientists we are working on there in the particular field, and every work, Bangla Rashogolla to every GI, we get successful through this women team. So with all these viewers, I thank you and hope at least 20 patents within 6 months. Is it possible? 20 patents from this university, from students. So within 6 months, we hope 20 patents. Thank you. Thank you for your kind patience.
Thank you, Dr. Mohua Hom Chaudhary, for your innovative and inspirational talk. Now I request one representative of poster presenter, please proceed to Swami Vivekananda Seminar Hall. One representative of each team. Rest students are requested to stay here for an online session. I request Mr. Shochidananda Poddar to escort all the guests and delegates for inauguration of exhibition and judgment of the best innovation setup at Swami Vivekananda Seminar Hall. One representative. Only one representative of the poster team. Rest students are requested to stay here. One representative.